Hi everyone, for today's video we are going to install this widespread faucet from Huron. This is a 3-hole with a matte black finish. So the company reached out to me and asked if I'm willing to do an install video on this faucet. And actually I have a his and hers faucet, so I installed this one so I have an idea on how easy it is to install it. And let me tell you, removing the old faucet takes me about 3 or 4 times longer than installing this. Installing this only took me maybe about 10 minutes to do it. So if you're looking for a faucet that you can easily DIY, this is something that you may want to consider. I really like this thing because it has everything you need. And also look at this pop-up drain. You just push in, it's kind of like the one in your tub. And if you want to clean it up, all you need to do is pull it out. See, right now it's very clean inside. I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera, but I can see it from here and it was really nice. Okay, so let me show you what's inside the box. So the faucet comes packaged really nicely. If you look here, you have the instruction manual, has everything that you need to know about the faucet. And this is the pop-up drain, and I do have some problem with the size of this that I'll show you later. This is not a problem of the company, but for my specific install. And what I like about this is a push connect fitting. So this is what made it very easy to install. If you don't have a faucet to remove, all you need is a little wrench so that you can install this into the valve, because that is the standard. But to connect your faucet to the handle, all you need are those push connect fittings. Also, this is very easy to handle. You don't really need to use any tools under. You can tighten this by hand, but you also have an option to use a screwdriver if you want to tighten it some more. But for me, on my first install, I didn't really need it. I just went under the sink and just tightened this as much as I can. And then when I get back up, I just tighten this as well, and everything is secured. You got 2 handles with the hot and the cold. You see those red and blue mark, and this is your faucet. So you can see right here, I already removed the old faucet, but I did not remove this because this is actually connected to a branch line. If you look under, you can see that my drain is actually longer than what comes with the package. So this is the standard size. I thought that they gave me a short one, but when I went to Lowe's and looked for something that I can use, this is actually the size for all the pop-up drains that they were selling. Okay, but this thing here, you see here, have a branch that connects to another drain right here. So I'm gonna have to make this thing work with this one right here. So I'll show you what I did. Make sure to keep watching. Let's go ahead and start the install process. Okay, so let's go ahead and install the faucet now. This is already cleaned. And let's see how fast can I do it. It's 7:34 p.m. And basically the first thing you want to do is you want to remove these pieces from your faucet, okay? And the only thing that's left here is this O-ring from your faucet. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the blue one on my right side. And then I'll do the same thing on this one right here. And again, only thing left here is the O-ring. You want to remove this gasket, this metal piece, and this screw right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the other one right here. And I'm gonna use this. Basically, this thing goes up first before this, and then this one right here. So it's basically just gonna go under like this, okay? And let's see if I can reach it from here. Okay, so that's good. So this, I'm just gonna tighten this by hand. And now this is all secured, okay? The same thing here. This goes first, followed by this, and then this thread right here, okay? And I'm just gonna hold it here. Okay, so now it's all secured. And then you want to remove this. And you can see here, there's also an O-ring or gasket right here. So this is what's gonna prevent the water from seeping through and then falling here, because once you get here, you get a nice tight seal. Okay, and you want to make sure that when you put it here, because this thing actually move around, okay, that you want to center it, and then this thing goes under, followed by this and this one right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And again, it's nice if you have somebody with you. All my kids are in the vacation Bible school right now, so I am the only one doing this here, plus we are DIY channel. So I want to show you how you can do it yourself. This is a little tight right here. There you go. Okay, so now I want to position it where I want to, and then I'll just go ahead and tighten it properly. So this thing is not gonna go anywhere, okay? So you have to tap it like this and say you're not going anywhere. Okay, so doing that took me about 6 minutes, including explaining it. And then after that, this thing should take a lot less time. So let me go set up the camera under. Okay, so I was having a hard time setting up the tripod, so I'm just gonna put it right here. So you can see here, you wanna make sure this is facing to the front so you can remove it easily in the future. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push this and until you hear your click, okay? You hear that? So once you hear the click, you pull it a little. That will seal this thing. And according to the manual, they want you to basically cross this. So this thing will go this way, and the reason you're crossing it is so that you have less cord hanging out right here, okay? So I'm just gonna go push this thing right here until it snaps. And then this part here, I'm gonna go push it right here until it snapped. Okay, so now I have that secured. And then your next move basically is to put this thing right here. Okay, so let me see, I'm trying to do it by one hand. So and then do the other side. So when you're doing this, according to the manual, you want to make a loop so that you don't have all the cords hanging around, okay? So, and then I'm just gonna go tighten this again with my hand. And of course, I'm gonna need to have like a little plier or my little wrench to tighten it some more so that we don't get any leaks here. So I'm not sure if just tightening it by hand will actually seal it, but we'll see. Let me go open this a little, see what happened. Ah, wow, actually that's really nice. It doesn't have any leak right now. Okay, so basically the O-ring is actually sealing it. And how about this one right here? Let's see this one. Let me go open it. Yep, I don't see any leak. I guess if you have a strong fingers that you'll be able to tighten this, then you probably don't need any tools to install this, but I'm still gonna use my wrench to do it just to make sure. So I'm just gonna give it a little turn so that I don't damage the O-ring. So this is fully open now and there's no leak. What time is it? 7:46. So it's about 11 minutes and we're done. See right here. Okay, and of course I'm gonna show you what I'll do with this one right here, because like what I said earlier, once you put this thing up, this is actually shorter here. Okay, so let me remove this first and I'll show you what I was able to figure out on how to do this. Okay guys, so let me show you this. You probably won't need this, but this is how I'm going to extend this. So basically I'm gonna have to cut this here a little so I can put this thing right here. Okay, and by the way, I could not find something like this with a branch that is 1 1/4 size, so I don't have any option but to get the 1 1/2 size, and the 1 1/2 actually is the size of the P-trap. So what I did is I purchased this thing actually have a tinier gasket. This is actually what comes with this, but then this gasket right here is bigger than this one right here. So what I did is I had to purchase this extra gasket from Lowe's. I think this is about $2 or $3, and this is actually from 1 1/2 to 1 1/4. So this thing will actually fit here to secure it. Okay, so I'm gonna go put it like this, and then this. Now if you look here, this is now sealed. Okay, so that's how the P-trap works anyway, so this should work. So but the thing is, putting these two together, this thing can go all the way up to where the branch is, but it's still too long for what I need. So I'm gonna have to cut this right here so that I'll have more space to put it in, plus this one right here for the P-trap. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. And fortunately I have this thing with me because I just did some plumbing job. Okay, so let me just cut this and get back to you. So okay, so I just cut it and it's really straight, but since we're gonna use this for the drain, you want to make sure there's nothing here that can catch the hair. Okay, so I'm gonna use my deburring tool to fix it. Okay, so everything's now smooth. And okay, so now you want to make sure that this is clear, and you want to pay attention to this hole right here. Okay, so this thing should match the holes in your sink. Okay, so it's right over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it right there facing this way. Okay, so we are under the sink now. So this thing is gonna go up. It's gonna go right here, and this is what's gonna seal it up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this and just tighten this thing by hand. So just do it as tight as you can. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing up here. So I'm gonna go put this plus this. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna go remove this first because I won't have enough space here. Okay guys, so I was editing the video and I noticed that I installed this incorrectly, and I can just ignore it and fix this myself. But if you are a visual learner, you might be copying what I am doing. And if you notice, when I installed this, I installed it like this, where the narrow end is on the top and the wider is on the bottom. That is the incorrect way. Okay, so this one here is correct because the narrow end actually went inside this part right here. Okay, so with this one here, the narrow end should go here and the wide flat end is right here. So this is how it's supposed to be installed. Okay, so I didn't have problem leaking when I installed it, but I just want to fix it so we don't have any problem in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing up and again install it this way, okay, which the smaller hole is on the bottom, the wider on the top. Okay, and the way it works is so that when you push this, see that part red one is going inside this, so that's how you do the full seal. Okay, so just gonna go ahead and fix this, and then right here also make sure the narrower part of the rubber is facing down so that half of them goes into this pipe right here. Okay, and then basically once you put this in, it's all sealed. Okay, I'm just gonna put this thing up and insert this right here and then seal this thing. So if you're having a problem just tightening this, okay, I don't have any problem right now. You wanna do a counterclockwise first until everything sits into the groove and then you go tighten it. Okay, but I'm fine right now, so I don't have to do anything. And then here I'm gonna go ahead and push the rubber until half of it sits inside this, so that is a complete seal, and then I'm just gonna go tighten it. Okay, so I'll do counterclockwise until I hear it sits on the groove, and then I'll do clockwise to tighten it completely. So now it actually feels a lot tighter compared to how I have it yesterday. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this and fill this thing up, make sure everything goes to the hole here, and also make sure that when I open this, that should fill this thing up, and if there's any leak we should see it right away. Okay, so the sink is full now. You can see the water's coming out of that, and I can hear it from here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this so that there's gonna be a gush of water, and hopefully that will fill this thing up, and we'll see if there's any leak. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so there's no water, so I can say that our install today is a success. And again, this is the widespread faucet from Huron. This is a 3-hole with a black matte finish and a nice pop-up drain. Okay, so if you want to clean it up, just remove it. And I hope that you found this video helpful to you. Please help my channel by clicking the like and the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.